Hello everyone, I'm Carissa and today with me here is Elaine, my partner. So today we'll be presenting Lentor Central Residences.
Yes, welcome to another of our episode of the project analysis video. So today, this time round is Carissa and myself, Elaine. We are here to present to you our research on this new upcoming development, Lentor Central Residences. So in fact, last weekend, we just had this launch on Alta and Parktown.
Yeah.
It was like a really amazing sales take-up rate.
It was crazy for you, right?
It was very crazy because even at 12 plus midnight and reaching 1 a.m, buyers are actually still queuing up to actually do their booking.
Yes, I was still texting you at 3 a.m. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just finished work at 3 a.m. So this time round will be Lentor Central Residences. At this part of filming, right, actually Lentor Central Residences just started its preview. Yes. So it's going to be for 2 weekends.
Correct. So later we will share more details with you guys. Okay, so today's analysis, right, basically is mainly for people or buyers or for yourself who is keen in Lentor area or Lentor Central itself, or buyers who has actually didn't get a good unit in Parktown or Alta. You might be keen to actually explore Lentor Central itself because in today's pricing we already have some indicative and it's very amazing. I would say it's very lucrative in terms of the pricing.
Yes, it is. Yes. But of course, one of the top concern for some of our clients would be they will be asking Lentor area because there were already a few past projects launched.
Correct.
So is it actually an oversaturated area in Lentor itself?
Yes.
So that's why today again, we're going to share with you our research and findings on this area on Lentor Central Residences.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so first thing first will be the artist impression. What you can see from the screen is actually some of the artist impression provided by developer. So if you need to have more information on the brochure, do feel free to contact us as well.
So Lentor Central is actually jointly developed by
3 developers, Hong Leong Holdings, Guaco Land and CFC. So 3 developers. So at this point of our shoot right now, actually the preview is already just started last weekend, ongoing, and which is actually 22nd of Feb. Very likely the booking is going to be on 8th of March.
Yes.
So if you have not booked any appointments for your show flat viewing, feel free to contact us also.
Yes.
Okay, next will be the project information.
So it comprises of 2 beautiful stories, 2 beautiful blocks. Okay, one of 28 stories and one of 27 stories. Okay, total of 477 units with a childcare
center.
But actually, to be honest, I haven't seen 477 units with childcare center.
Usually it's the more mega or more units, then they will have the childcare center.
Yes. Okay. So with 2 levels of basement car park and then of course swimming pool, etc. These are all the communal facilities that's available in Lentor Central itself. Okay. So the TOP date, it's actually 1st of August 2030. Okay. So just a fun fact, I also saw that the developer actually put in the handing over date. This is the first time I come across. Have you came across with?
Very seldom we see this handing over. So we were like thinking, what is this date?
Yeah.
So I think we concluded it's very likely it's an estimated TOP or the TOP date that developer targets to be ready by then. Yeah, correct.
So which is 2 years earlier. Yeah.
Usually construction about 3 years.
Yeah, so I think they are quite confident that they can deliver in 3 years.
3 years time, yeah. Okay, so that's for the project information. So next we come to the location. So where exactly is Lentor Central Residences? So if you look at here, we can see that the first development that was actually launched in this whole area was Lentor Modern.
Yes.
Then we have Lentor Hill, there's a Hillock Green over here, Lentor Mansion,
and Lentoria
somewhere here.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6. So Lentor Central is the 6th plot.
Yes, correct.
So over here we can also see that there is actually a linear park. The way that the buildings are structured is something like that. So meaning to say some of the units facing here may get a little bit of the linear park view, and some of the units facing here may get a little bit of the Hillock Park. Yeah. View. But also bear in mind that these are residential plot lah.
Yes, correct.
So we also feel that in terms of the facing, the more premium facing in Lentor Central are likely going to be the inside facing, which is their pool view, their landscaping view.
Because it's pretty much permanent for them.
Yes.
If you're facing internally.
If you buy internal, you see that this is your permanent view for your pool view or whatsoever.
Correct.
But because over here will be some residential land.
Yes.
Okay. And also because Lentor Modern is an integrated development, there's going to be some malls and retail. So we are like tapping onto their amenities over here. And also not forgetting the MRT station is here.
Yep. 5-minute shorter walkway to Lentor MRT. We have the mall itself and supermarket off at 5 minutes walk.
Yes, over here.
Yep.
Super convenient.
Yes.
Okay, next then we come to the site plan. So this one will be just now, as I mentioned, the blocks are here. One block here, one block here.
Yep.
So just now we mentioned somewhere here is the linear park.
Yes.
And then over here will be the hillock park.
Yes,
but
correct.
This side here and this side here will be the residential plot.
Yep,
So
correct.
that's why the more premium facing might be the pool facing inside.
Yes, and it also because it's diagonal, so it's not exactly facing each other. So you do have a bit of distance away from the another development as well.
Also for your own development, not that you mentioned, like because like stack 17, you will not be facing this stack
8
directly.
Correct.
So you will not see your neighbor directly.
Yeah. You know.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is for the site plan.
Okay.
Next, distribution chart. This one is mainly to show, like just now you mentioned, highest 28.
8 for block 18 and then 20 for 27 stories. Each of the blocks have 1 to 4 bedders.
So we don't have 5 bedroom here, right?
You don't have 5 bedders here.
Because it's 4 bedroom.
Yes, correct. So unit mix, we have 1 bedroom with 55 units, 2 bedrooms 210, 3 and 4 bedrooms is 106 and 106. Okay, so interestingly, the developer actually built the 3 and the 4 bedders at the same unit amount because actually from what I know, 3 bedders normally have a higher demand. So developers build it in the same.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, correct.
Usually in a development, the 3 bedroom maybe has got more units.
Yes.
As compared to the 4 bedroom.
Yes,
because
correct.
4 bedroom bigger size ma. So but
In
it's
terms of
okay.
quantum is more affordable.
Yep.
That's why the demand
So
is
that's
there.
why later we will go into the sizes to compare the 3 bedroom and the 4 bedroom as well.
Okay.
Okay, next. So now we come to the one bedroom
analysis.
Floor plan, I'll start with the floor plan first, okay?
Sure.
So for 1 bedroom, I think we have also seen a lot of the new developments, 1 bedroom in terms of the sizes. Okay, the size is actually 463 square feet. So in terms of the layout, it's pretty standard.
Yes.
Conventional layout coming in very similar to a lot of
concept kitchen.
Yeah, open concept kitchen, the rest of the other developments. So come in, you have your open concept kitchen, then your master bedroom and master bathroom, living, dining, and balcony over here.
Yes,
so there are actually
correct.
2 stacks. One is here,
Stack
this one.
11
and the other
stack
one is
6. 6 is actually facing more of Hillock Park, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
correct,
Yes, correct.
Then
So actually-
11 will be pool.
Actually, the
and-
1 bedroom facing both also not so bad.
Yeah.
Oh. The other layout, the stack 6, actually it's I don't see any major difference in terms of the layout.
No, it's I think I would say it's the same.
Yeah, same except for this one. The fridge over here.
Yeah, correct.
So
Oh,
little,
yeah.
slightly shorter
Kitchen.
because you have the fridge over here. Then this one is all together.
Yes.
That's about it.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, next. So for 1 bedroom, very often clients will always ask us lah, but because for 1 bedroom, very likely is buying for investment.
Yes.
Let's say they want to buy and then they want to hold and rent it out. Yeah. So the next thing is that, because you know that Lentor has got, now we're talking about Lentor Central, the 6th plot ma.
Yes.
So how many of the 1 bedroom supply are actually in Lentor area? And also, is it going to be competitive next time when it comes to rental?
Correct. Because I think most of the buyers have their concern that if I buy, then there's oversupply in this area, then how am I supposed to rent out? Do they have this amount of tenants to actually support the rental in this area itself?
Correct.
Yeah, so I think we did some research on that, right?
Yes, we did. So that's why we want to compare. So we do some case studies as usual. We look at the current supply of the 1 bed and 1 plus study in Hougang area. Okay, because Hougang is also quite near to, also more towards the north lah.
Yeah.
So we look at Hougang. In terms of the whole of Hougang area, there's a total of 10,283 residential units.
Yeah.
So we actually counted one by one of the developments to understand and find out that actually in the whole of Hougang area, there is only 2,167 units of the 1 bedroom or 1 plus study.
Yes, and in terms of percentage-wise, it's about 20%. I would say it's actually quite.
Okay, so
Good,
the
right,
thing is
in
that
terms
this
of
20%, how is it relevant, right?
Yeah,
So next
correct.
thing, we also study into the Lentor area itself. So we actually list down all the projects, Lentor Central, Lentor Modern, Lentor Hill, everything. all the available projects. Yes. Then we calculate the total number of units, which is
2,954.
And then we also take out all the one-bedroom units, and we can derive a 237, which is
approximately 8%. So actually it's quite
very little.
Yeah.
Very little of the one-bedroom supply.
In Lentor itself.
Yes, correct.
If we compare it to Hougang, then 8% and 20%, that's a lot of difference.
It's a very big
because I
gap.
think most of the time when we compare, right, we compare based on the number of units, but we don't compare based on percentage. So I think percentage will be a better gauge as compared to the number of units that is available, right? Yeah.
That's why from here we can see that, actually it's only 8% of whatever unit type and whatever units that's available in the whole Lentor area.
Yes,
only
correct.
8%.
Yep.
Yeah. So then next thing is, now we know that, okay, in terms of the supply, it is not a lot, it is not oversupply. So how about the rental? How about the rental yield? Rental yield, what is the potential rental and what is the potential rental yield that I can be getting if I were to get a one-bedroom unit in Lentor?
Correct. So I think we also want to see what are our competitors as well. Okay, so like we now already know that within Lentor itself, we have 237 so-called competitors.
Mm.
How about like our neighborings? So we have like, if we talk about Thomson Grand, there is
Over
no
here,
one-bedder.
Don't have at all.
No one-bedder at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
the nearest because
Yes.
it's within this area.
Correct. And then one more further down will be Meadows at Pierce. Meadows at Pierce, there is only 52 units of one bedder. So I think because there is no projects that has TOP in Lentor itself, so I think we can take Meadows at Pierce rental as a gauge.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is exactly what we have done. So later we talk about the rental yield later.
Yep.
In order to know the rental yield, we also need to know today if I'm buying a unit in Lentor Central,
Yes.
what is my price?
What is a safe entry price, I would say?
What is the safe entry price and what is the price that I should be getting in order to also looking at the rental, then we can derive the rental yield. So
correct.
before we go into the rental amount, we look at what is the safe entry price.
Okay. So for Hillock Green, actually, if we look at the past transacted, Hillock Green is ranging from 1.085 to the highest at 1.32. So can we actually say that 1.32 has already been transacted?
Accepted.
Yeah, accepted. Yes.
Accepted by buyers in Lentor area for a one bedroom.
Let's say we were to do a price gauge, right? For example, if we were to do a price gauge between for the one bedder, 2250 PSF. Let's say, for example, we take a gauge of 2250 PSF, that is 1.041 million.
I think it's still a very attractive price.
Yep.
Yeah. So even we will compare up to 2350 per square foot, right? The total quantum we are looking at is below 1.1,
Yes.
1.088,
Correct.
which already, just now what Carissa has mentioned, the transacted or accepted price is already at
1.3.
done deal 1.32.
Correct.
But also not forgetting, developer has just released the indicative price for Lentor Central. That means to say indicative price means to say the lowest price unit would be actually
at 975,000,
which equates to
2110 PSF.
2110 PSF. Yeah. So it's actually even lower than our predicted price.
Yes.
But also bear in mind, usually the lowest price is probably that one or two units low floors lah. Yeah. So as you get higher, of course there will be per floor jump, there will be some increment.
Yes.
But then again, coming back to what we have calculated, even up to at 2350 at 1.088, it is still a very fair price to come in to look at in Lentor Central.
Yes,
because what has been done is at this price.
1.32.
So next, now we know that, okay, this will be a safe price. We can now see what is the rental yield.
Like I mentioned earlier, we will take reference from Meadows at Pierce. So let's say we talk about the Meadows at Pierce one bedroom. The average transacted rental is at 2,942. So we have seen 2,009, 3,000, that 3050, 2008. So that derives to a 2,942 average price.
Yes.
So we also want to look at two bedrooms as well because I think we also
For one specific reason.
Yes, correct. Later we will share. Okay?
Yes.
So estimated rental yield, two bedder in the Meadows at Pierce, we look at 3.4, 3.5, 3.5. So average will be $3,500.
Yeah. So one bedroom, 2.9, two bedroom, 3.5.
Yes, correct.
So now next we look at the Lentor Central. So just now we have already concluded the save price, and then we have the estimated rental.
Yes.
Now we can put these two together to derive the potential rental yield. So for one bedroom at Lentor Central Residences, the estimated price just now based on even at 2003, let's say at 1.064.
Correct.
Average rental at 2009. Our potential rental yield we are getting is actually 3.3. 3.3%. Okay, so remember just now we were saying that we want to look at also the 2-bedroom rental for one specific reason. Because for Lentor Central, the size is 463.
Yes.
But previously, there was one project, which is the first project that was actually launched after this harmonization rule,
Yes.
which is Lentor Mansion. And their 2-bedroom size is at 527. Very close.
I don't know how they actually can squeeze 2-bedroom into 527 square feet, but amazingly they
done it.
Yeah,
yes, correct.
They did, yeah.
So now the fact that if let's say today I buy 463, right? But I know my immediate competitor, there is a Lentor Mansion 2-bedroom at 527,
yeah.
and the size is so close. In terms of the price, is also quite close lah, yeah. So that's why we want to look at also the 2-bedroom in terms of our competition, our competitor lah.
Yep.
So that time, at the point of time, they bought it at about 1.2. So
Correct.
just now, the average rental was
About 3.5?
3.5,
Yeah.
So if that's the case, the rental yield is 3.4.
Then actually, in fact, even the 1-bedder at this price point, we still get that rental yield is at 3.3 and 3.4 is actually a 0.1% difference. Yeah, I would say same lah, right? Yeah, same.
So at least we understand that it doesn't matter. Even though I know my direct competitor or my next competitor of Lentor Mansion, their rental yield is at 3.4.
Yep.
But if I'm getting something around this price, my rental yield is also same ma.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
So actually
correct.
it's okay
Yeah.
for the 1-bedroom in Lentor Central. Okay, so next we come to
The 2-bedroom analysis. Okay, so 2 bedrooms, there are actually a few layouts. We have the 678 and 689 square feet unit. So we have, standing here will be at stack 10, 678 square feet, and then 689 will be at stack 18. So both is actually facing the inner facing.
There's another one, the 678
Oh yeah,
square
there's
feet.
another one 678 square feet, which is
Stack 1.
Stack 1. Stack 1 is also facing the pool.
So all the 2-bedroom all inside facing.
Yes.
In a way. Yeah.
Correct. If you put this side by side now, right, actually 2 of the 678 square feet are both dumbbell layouts. Yeah, dumbbell layouts. And the good thing about this dumbbell layout, right, which is something that I think is very rare to come by, is that this tuck kitchen. Yeah, tuck kitchen, and it's still possible to enclose it in a way. To be honest, I prefer 2 bedrooms with tuck kitchen because the long kitchen, I don't really like it.
It's like you open your door, you come back home, and then you see your kitchen cabinet.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And next one will be the 689 square feet, which is also a tuck kitchen, but the traditional kind of layout. So this kind of layout is a bit more for own stay buyers, a bit more traditional kind of layout where buyers they want to have that privacy and all the rooms are all tucked in one corner.
So now, question. If I'm looking at Lentor Central, should I be looking at the 678, which is dumbbell layout?
Yep.
Or should I be looking at 689, which is the traditional layout? Because in terms of the facing, it is more or less the same.
Yes,
So
correct.
pretty much similar, but exactly which layout should I be looking at for 2-bedroom? So this will be our research done for the 2-bedroom in Lentor. Okay, but first thing first, we want to understand, same thing like just now our 1-bedroom, we want to understand the what's that called, the amount of units,
our
what is the
competitors
ratio of the
basically.
percentage. So now in 2-bedroom, for 2-bedroom, what's available in the whole of Lentor area? So today if I buy a 2-bedroom in Lentor Central, I know that my surrounding projects, what are they offering then I know who are my so-called competitors.
Yes.
So then next, that comes to our 2-bedroom layout comparison. So just now remember our 678 is dumbbell, then our 689 is the traditional kind.
All tuck kitchen.
Yes, all tuck kitchen.
All tuck kitchen.
So our analysis now for 2-bedroom is that we took out all the 2-bedroom layout.
in Lentor
In
itself.
whole of Lentor, yes. First thing is, in this slide, right, we have Hillock Green, Lentor Mansion and Lentoria. Why we place all these three together? Because all these are open kitchenette. So just now remember, Carissa was saying that she likes the tuck-in kitchen,
Yes.
so that you open your door, you won't see your kitchen carpentry.
Yeah, correct.
So this is what Lentor Central has. But for Hillock Green, if you look at here, you come in, it's an open concept kitchen.
And to be honest, when we have this kind of layout, right, it's a bit more narrow.
Over here,
yes,
right?
correct.
The
In terms
walkway.
of the walkway.
Your kitchen cabinet already eats into the walkway.
Yes, yes.
So for Lentor Mansion, it's the same thing. You walk in, your open concept kitchenette over here as well. And then for Lentoria, it's the same thing. Is left and right lah, but
Yep.
it's still along the walkway.
Yes.
So be assured that if you buy a Lentor Central 678 square feet, we have a proper tuck-in kitchen.
Yes.
As compared to the rest of the other three.
Yeah, so actually, to be honest, the layout for Lentor Central has already have some edge over the rest of the other units in the Lentor area itself.
Agree. But of course, we also want to see more, ma.
Yeah,
Next one
correct.
would be Lentor Modern and Lentor Hill Residences. So why do we put these two together with Lentor Central at the second slide? Because both of them has got enclosable kitchen.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so now we take a look at Lentor Modern. So Lentor Modern has got this also tuck-in kitchen over here. But this one, even though the size is the same, right? Lentor Central is 678.
Yes.
Lentor Modern also 678. But this one, Lentor Central has got 2 bed, 2 bathroom.
This is 2 bed, 1 bath.
Lentor Modern is 2 bed, 1 bath. Where's the bath? Here,
Yeah.
1 bath.
But they have a flexi room.
flexi.
I rather they built the toilet, actually.
I think nowadays also a lot of buyers will be more comfortable with 2 bathroom,
Yes.
if possible.
Yes, yes.
If their budget allow. Yeah, so that's for Lentor Modern. This is actually tuck away kitchen, similar to Lentor Central, but Lentor Modern short of 1 bathroom for the same
Yes,
size.
correct.
Next, Lentor Hill Residences is also same size, 678. Alright, and then we have the tuck-in kitchen as well. So we
But
know
this one is 2 bed, 2 bath.
2 bed, 2
Yeah.
bath. So actually this layout is very similar to Lentor
Yes,
Central.
correct.
So now we know these two projects offers quite competitive
layouts.
We also, next thing we want to see is their
Transacted price.
transacted price
Yeah.
over here.
So then we will then know whether what kind of price is actually a good price to enter again. Just like the 1 bedder, we also did that, right? So
Correct.
2 bedder, we also want to know, what kind of pricing is actually a safe entry price for the 2 bedroom itself. Having said that, because we have competitors, already fully sold their 2 bedders, and what is the highest they have done? Okay, so for Lentor Modern, right, transacted price is ranging between 1.35 to 1.67 million. So that means in Lentor Hills estate itself, 1.67 million for a 2 bedder, 2 bed, 1 bath is accepted.
Transacted
Yeah.
for 678 square feet.
Yes, and 1 bath.
Transacted.
Okay.
And 1 bath, yes. Okay,
Sorry,
but
I cannot stop talking about the
but
1
they have
bath.
study lah. They have got additional study,
Of
so
course,
it's still a
of
good
course,
layout.
Of
It's
course,
still
of
okay.
course,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, flexi can be ideal for some of the buyers that needs it lah.
Study room, storage.
Correct. Okay, so next will be Lentor Hills. Transacted price we look at is 1.36 and 1.52 million. So that means again it has already been done at 1.52. Okay, wait. Now that we look at these two numbers and these two figures,
Fun
right?
fact again.
Yeah. Lentor Modern was the first to launch,
Yes.
right? Yeah, but the price was done at 1 point. That means
The starting price.
is what at 1.35.
Mm.
And Lentor Hills was
Later.
Yes, was launched later. Was also done at 1.36 million.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so that means they are actually quite close in price. Even they were launched
Slightly later.
Yeah, correct.
So that means to say, okay, so Lentor Modern launched first. So those who bought at 1.67 was more on the higher floors. That's for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
But when it comes to Lentor Hill, if you are that buyer who managed to get the lower floor at 1.36, right, you are actually getting Lentor Modern first day pricing.
Yeah.
Correct. Like because Lentor Modern was launched first, so now the thing is that in Lentor area, there is a very, very high possibility when a new project is launched,
Yep.
you can actually potentially get it at the first day pricing. And it's Lentor Modern's first day pricing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the indicative for Lentor Central, do we have the pricing?
We do.
Yeah.
So for Lentor,
Indicative by
Yes.
developer.
yeah, the two
two-bedroom.
bedroom starts from 1.388 million,
Exactly.
which is 2050 PSF. 88.
1.388.
That translates to 2050 PSF.
So same thing, you see, those who bought the higher floors of Lentor Hill, of course, it's a 1.5-ish mil.
Yep.
So today, if you have missed out on Lentor Modern, Lentor Hill, you can come back to Lentor Central and still getting at the first day kind of pricing.
Exactly.
So this is something very, very interesting. So I think this is worth considering for Lentor Central. So that's for our 2-bedroom analysis. Next, we come to the 2+ study. Because for Lentor Central, not just we have the 2-bed, 2-bath, we also have got the 2+ study. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different stacks. So that means to say we have 4 different stacks, okay? And this is 786, 797.
3786.
Correct. 1, 2, 3.
And the last one will be 797.
Correct. So let us take a look at the facing first. First thing first is over here. 786 stack 4, this one over here. We may get a little bit of the linear park.
Yeah,
because
correct.
somewhere over here, maybe a little bit of the linear park. Next is actually over here, this one, facing here. Maybe also a little bit of the linear park, but bear in mind there's another plot of land over here.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're facing this way, you will get a bit of pool view as well.
Your inside view. Okay, so this one is actually again
Stack
the
15.
Hillock Park facing.
Yes, correct.
But at the corner of your eye over here, maybe another
The
plot of
plot,
land.
yes.
Yeah. So the last one will be very similar over here. So these two is actually very similar. So in terms of the layout, so we look at the layout over here, I don't see significant difference comparing the 4 layout. Again, we have all the tuck-in kitchen.
Yep.
Over here, all the tuck-in kitchen. No need to be concerned that if I'm getting a 2-bedroom, whether it's a 2-bed, 2-bath or 2-bed study, is it like the open concept? So all are actually tucked in. And for this one, because the additional space comes in because of the study. Coming in, study here. This one also study.
Yep. That one also study
Yeah,
on the
study.
on that side. So actually, basically, it's just mirror image, I would say. Yeah, mirror image.
No significant difference.
No significant
So
difference.
that's for the floor plan.
Okay. So again, we want to know our competitors in Lentor area, what are the 2+ study that is available. So if let's say we are considering this 2+ study in Lentor Central, then what is a good entry price again? And also what in the future is our competitors in terms of their layouts and in terms of their pricing.
Whether our 2+ study, our layout is at a competitive edge. Yeah. Okay, so now 2+ study, the size is at 786. Just now, remember, we did the analysis for 2-bedroom, the analysis for 1-bedroom. And Lentor Mansion has got this 527 square feet.
Correct,
Which is
correct.
super close to the 1-bedroom size.
Correct.
So now, in a 2+ study in Lentor Central, we also have the same little bit of a concern. Because why? 2-bedroom, 2+ study in Lentor Central is 786. But in Lentor Mansion, the same size,
It's a 3-bedder.
it's a 3-bedder.
Oh, okay. So actually,
yes.
so actually our competitor is not a 2+ study.
Yes.
Instead of it's a 3-bedder.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. It's Lentor Mansion 3-bedroom because same size. So fortunate or unfortunate, Lentor Mansion managed to have a 3 proper bedroom for the same size.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is something that we need to take note in terms of knowing our competitors, what's nearby. Yeah, what's nearby available. So in terms of the
Our
whole of
recommendation.
Lentor Central, yeah, I think we need to come to a conclusion because we have got the 678, which is a dumbbell.
Correct.
We have got the traditional layout.
89 square
Then
feet.
we have 2+ study,
786.
which is super close to Lentor Mansion.
3-bedder.
3-bedroom.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So what we have concluded is that our recommended choice for 2-bedroom in Lentor Central, first priority would be the 2-bed, 2-bath and conventional layout.
Yep.
Yeah. So why is that so? Because in Lentor Central itself already, we know that we have 2 stacks of the dumbbell.
Yes.
And then we have only 1 set of the traditional.
correct.
Then if let's say we were to go back to the over here, now just now we were saying about the enclosable kitchen, ma?
Yes.
Yeah, just now we also forgot to mention, over here is actually the dumbbell as well. So a lot of the 2 bedrooms are actually
In Lentor itself are all dumbbell layouts.
Alright. So again, when we come to our recommended choice, we also need to understand. So we calculated all the layouts that's available in Lentor, and 718 are dumbbell layout. But the conventional ones are only
249.
249.
Yep.
So if you ask for our recommended choice, our opinions in terms of the research done, we do recommend to go for the conventional layout, if possible, because these are the lesser amount of the unit type that's available in the whole of Lentor area.
Correct. And having said that, because 678 and 689 square feet is a very close in terms of their sizing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Because if let's say, for example, if the two-bed dumbbell, two-bed, two-bath dumbbell layout is much smaller, or rather the two-bed, two-bath with a conventional layout, so maybe 700 plus square feet, then there might be a huge price difference.
Correct. So let's say, for example, because it's 678.
Correct, 678.
Okay, so the dumbbell is 678 whereas the conventional one is 689. So it's like very close lah.
Yeah, so meaning to say, let's say based on the starting price of what the developer gave us, right? 2050 times 678, that is 1.388, right?
1.389.
Okay.
Because just now the 678 was 1.388. So it's probably just a 10,000 difference for the 678 square
No,
feet.
this is 678. 678
Oh,
times
okay.
2050. I don't know why they put 1.388
okay,
for the starting price.
Then if
so
let's say we
exactly,
use
maybe it's not exactly 2050.
205 something.
50 PSF is 1.38 was the price that they gave us.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, based on the same PSF
Okay.
for 689.
689. Okay, let's calculate.
So 689
Times
times 2050.
2050. So
That's
equates to
1.412.
1.412.
At 1.412, we can actually appeal more to own-stay buyers and investor. But because if today this pricing is already at like maybe say this, let's say the size now is 710 times 2050.
Then the quantum is going to be so much difference already.
Correct.
The big
correct.
gap.
So now it's only a 30K difference in terms of the bigger in size and also the better in layout.
Most importantly, because it's rare.
Yes.
In terms of the conventional layout.
Correct.
So our first recommended choice for 2-bedroom would be 2-bed, 2-bath, the conventional or the traditional layout, which is this layout, 689. Okay, so that's the 2-bedroom. So for the 2+ study, not that it is not recommended, but maybe the lesser priority because Lentor Mansion has got the same size, but it's a
3-bedder.
Yes.
Yeah. So that means your direct competitor, let's say for example, if I'm a buyer in the resale market in the future, say for example, I'm looking for 700 plus, I'm looking for a 2+ study. Then Lentor Mansion pops
Suddenly
out
the listing
at
come out.
3-bedder. Then obviously the buyer will have second thoughts to,
First thing first, we'll check, is this really a 3-bedder?
Yeah, correct. They will definitely look at the layout. Then they'll say, compare, now I have a 2+ study and a 3-bedder. I will probably rather go for the 3-bedder.
If I'm the buyer, I'll go for the 3-bedder. I will first look at the 3-bedder first.
Correct.
So that's why maybe not so much of our top recommendation for 2+ study. Okay, next.
3-bedroom analysis. Okay, so now 3-bedroom analysis, basically there's only 2 types of layout. Okay, so one is the 3-bed compact at 915 square feet. So is standing at stack 12 facing the pool, and also stack 7 facing the this is the Hillock Park, right?
Just that maybe it's at the corner, maybe
at the corner,
potentially more of the empty land.
Potentially we will get a bit of the another development's view
later on.
Yeah,
yes.
correct. I personally quite like this layout because I think it's quite functional for 915 square feet. Because this 915 square feet, we still have a tuck kitchen. Some of the smaller compact units, they have open concept kitchen. So this is tuck.
Some I think the recent ones even for the compact, right? They probably have a tuck kitchen but no windows.
Correct. And so this one comes with a window and also glass over here. That also is a plus point, I would say. And plus, next thing is that they have additional foyer space, which is well liked by most of the buyers because it has more privacy. And also, you have a proper dining area just right outside the kitchen and proper living, 3 bedrooms. And I realized something about this layout is that you have windows over here, windows over here, windows over here, windows over here.
A lot of windows.
Yeah, correct.
Very well ventilated. For a 3-bedroom compact.
Correct. But actually, very seldom or very rare we see walkway. We have got a window.
Now that we see on the floor plan, maybe it's not so significant. But when it comes to in the unit, when you're in the unit yourself, I think it's a very big difference. Because walkway usually over here no windows, it's walls. So usually the walkway over here is a little bit darker.
Yes, correct.
With the windows, not just of the wind ventilation, your light can also come in.
Correct.
So I think the whole unit is very well lit up.
Correct. So like for myself, my home right now, there is no window here, so it's very, very dark. And I constantly have to turn on the light.
The walkway.
Yes. Okay, so next we will touch on the next layout, which is the
comparison.
So current 3-bedroom comparisons between Lentor Central, the 915 square feet, we will compare it with our direct competitor, which is Lentoria, at the same size of 915. Okay.
So it's the same kind of analysis that we have done for 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and also 4-bedroom.
Yep.
Looking at the neighboring projects.
Yes.
And also the price point that has been transacted.
Now we compare layouts first. Okay, so for Lentoria, right, the Lentoria layout, okay, number one, there is no foyer area over here. Okay, no, and
straight in.
Yeah, straight into the unit. And second thing is that this is a it's not it's not.
It's all at the same time.
Yeah, sorry. It's open concept, right?
I don't know This one because you have the windows over here. We have the windows over here
Oh yeah, correct.
So actually it can be an enclosed kitchen. But this enclosed kitchen doesn't come with a door.
Yeah, and then the dining is there.
So semi-enclosed, semi-open.
Yeah, I can say that. But if you do a whole heavy cooking, it will be a bit of
unless you want to own self. If you want to build a door also, don't know how.
Then the dining how?
Have to shift the dining away and then...
But if you shift the dining, then it becomes in the middle of the walkway also. So it's a bit...
awkward.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, so...
good size 915 square feet for Lentoria. Just that the layout is not so ideal.
But of course, they do have windows here as well. Windows in the here. I mean, they also have a fair amount of windows. So there is still a good fair of ventilation in this unit itself. Okay, so I think what we want to do now is we want to compare Lentoria's current pricing, then and also past transacted. Then we can know that if what is a good price for Lentor Central's 915 square feet unit, what is a good entry price?
So today I want to buy Lentor Central 3-bedroom. So I will call you and say, Carissa, what is a good price that I can be looking at?
Okay, so now we compare with Lentoria first. Okay, so currently, what I see from the system, right, we still have a lower floor unit. I can't remember unit number, but the lowest price for Lentoria is 2.269.
Asking price.
Yes.
Then how about the transacted price?
Okay, let's take a look at the transacted price. So now, we will compare between Hillock Green, Lentor Modern, Lentor Hill Residence, which is fully sold, Lentor Mansion, which is also fully sold. Okay, so Hillock Green is standing at 904 square feet. Tuck Kitchen, Lentor Modern is also Tuck Kitchen at 969 square feet. So this three is fully sold. Hillock Green still have.
Okay.
Okay, so kitchens with windows but might be darker. So small window over here actually. Small window.
Because the kitchen don't have the glass panel.
Okay, correct. And the dining is over that side, so they can't do a glass window, over here.
Yeah, the glass panel.
Correct. So the glass panel is only on this side, which...
the smaller piece of glass.
Correct. Okay, so for Lentor Modern, we have windows here as well, but also the same...
They don't have the glass panel as well.
Yeah, correct. They don't have the glass panel as well. Okay, so Lentor Hill Residence, there is a glass panel over here and a small window.
But they have this thing that cannot be hacked. The black color thing.
Oh, the DB box, is it?
This one. I think so
Yeah, I think it's a DB box.
So you don't have the full glass. And then somehow there's a still concrete wall.
Yep.
I mean, still okay.
Yep.
Just that suddenly something over here on the floor plan, it looks a bit awkward.
Yes, agree,
Yeah, so that's for Lentor Hill.
Okay, then we have Lentor Mansion at 904 square feet. They have a wet and dry kitchen and a flexi room. So this one also a bit... I mean, it's still possible to enclose possible. Yeah. Okay, so now I think next we want to touch on will be the pricing. Transacted price, right? So, okay, so just now we mentioned Lentoria was at 2.269. This is Lentoria. Okay, now we look at Lentor Modern, 1.8222 to 2.163 million. And then Lentor Hills at 1.839 to 2.139. Then we see Lentor Mansion, 1.9 2.63 to 2.159 million. So that means this pricing has already been accepted again.
Transacted.
Yeah, transacted and accepted. So in today's pricing in Lentoria, we see 2.269. So for example, if we were to look at Lentor Central pricing, if we're talking about 2050 PSF, it equates to 1.875. Again, now we look back at all the transactions that has already happened in Lentor itself. Lentor Modern being the first, 1.822. Then Lentor Hills is also 1.839.
Same trend as the 2-bedroom.
Yeah, correct.
So just now you're saying because Lentor Modern launched first, then after that, maybe for some reason you have missed that. But in Lentor Hills, you come back to the first day pricing of Lentor Modern.
Correct. Then we move on to Lentor Mansion, which is 1.963 million. But of course, having said that, this is a first harmonized
project.
First harmonized project. So likely the price will be slightly
probably at that point of time.
Yeah, correct. So for example, now we use that as a gauge. If you look at this, if it's 2050, we're looking at 1.875, 2150 at 1.967 million. So if, let's say for example, if I would say the highest price, if you look at, even if you go to 2250, is below 2.1 million.
It is still very okay.
Yeah, 2.058 million.
Because for all these developments, they have already been transacted over 2.1 million. So
Correct.
even at Lentor Central, we come back, usually it will be the higher floor ones. Then if let's say we'll be looking at 2250, below 2.1, it is still very, very attractive. And it's really like rewind, like you rewind the time back, right?
Correct.
Coming back, if we can have something which is the initial price, then it's going to be something very attractive.
Exactly. And now the best part is the developer gave us an indicative price that the 3-bedder will start from 1.81 million. Wow. It's even lower than Lentor Modern and Lentor Hill.
Rewind a little bit more.
Yeah.
But of course, again, bear in mind, there's probably just 1 or 2 units at this 1.81 from the lowest floor possible. But it is still okay.
Yes.
Because even if I add up the per floor jump, like we mentioned, right, anything below that 2.1
is very, very much
it's
a
safe.
good pricing. Yes.
I would say say it's safe because others have already accepted at over 2.1 million.
Correct. As this one, let's say for example, if Lentor Hills, this buyer were to buy at 2.139, for sure he wants to sell at 2.3.
Of course.
Right? Or 2.4, for example.
I will want to sell at a profit as well.
Yes. So if we were to buy it at 2.058, I think even if we sell at their buying price, we still have quite a decent profit.
Even where we want to price it with the same kind of profit, end day if you buy anything below that 2.1, you want to sell at the same kind of profit as this owner, right? Our total selling price in terms of quantum will still be lower.
Yes.
So then we will still be able to attract the buyers to come into our unit itself next time we want to sell.
Yes.
So that's for 3-bedroom comparison.
Like I mentioned earlier, there is only 2 types of 3-bedroom sizes. Okay, so just now we mentioned 915. So now is 1076 square feet. Okay, standing here will be stack 17, also pool facing, and also some anti-land facing, which is over here. Right?
So again, I think the more premium is more of looking at the pool, your own landscaping.
Correct. Okay, then another one will be a stack 2, which is the
maybe
possible.
Maybe some park. And then
here will
some
be
construction later on.
Correct. Okay, so looking at the layout, right, it is quite a functional layout. I would say we have home shelter, then of course glass over here, proper dining space, yard, wash closet. But just a fun fact, I realized this developer like to build a lot of windows. Even wash closet has window, which is very rare to come by. Super rare. So windows over here, windows, everywhere is windows. So a lot of ventilation, not worry about the moles and stuff, right?
Master bedroom is it also
glass.
Additional windows or at the side?
Correct.
So it's like a very long stretch with a little bit of L.
L windows is also very rare to come by. I think because of the facade of the building, if you look at Lentor Central itself, the whole building is very, very beautiful. Beautifully done, I would say. And then plus all this, I think it's just to add on to the facade.
Small little details as well.
Correct. Okay. Now if you look at this, I think the layout overall, both of the facing ones are...
Is it the walkway?
Oh yeah.
The other one is a little bit...
Here, right? And here is a bit more straight.
It's a little wall protruding, but I don't think it's any big difference.
No major difference, I would say. Something to note for this 1076 square feet is that the size difference between the 3-bed premium versus the 3-bed compact 915 square feet is a total of 161 square feet. Okay, so say for example, let's say we take 2150 for example. So let's say 161 we times 2150 PSF, that is an additional 346,000. So that means if we were to choose 1076 over 915 because of the home shelter, because of the yard, because of the wash closet, then we are actually paying 346,000 more. But another thing to note is that the size difference between the 3-bed premium versus the 4-bedder premium at 1184 square feet is at 108 square feet. So that means if we were to do it at 108 times 2150 again, same per square foot is 232,000. Hey Elaine, if it's you,
That means to say, if I'm considering between 915 and 1076, I need to pay about 350,000 more.
Correct.
Right? 350,000 more. But I do not get additional bedrooms.
Yes.
I only get additional home shelter, yard area.
Yep.
That's
correct.
about it.
Correct. Probably wash closet.
But if I have the budget to look at 1076, it is better for me to consider the next size up at 1184 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
At just a top up of less than 250,000, 230 over 1,000.
Correct.
And for that top up, I get additional bedroom. It's an upsize from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom.
Yeah.
That
So
makes more sense.
yeah, so I think something to note for buyers that doesn't have a huge budget constraint and you're looking at the 1076 square feet, you might want to also consider the 1184 square feet because it's a top up of 232. And if loan, everything is okay, right? The 232 times 25% down payment. So the extra down payment you have
It's
to pay.
very little,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very negligible amount that we are looking at.
So this is actually very important when it comes to especially the launch day, because right now it's only preview ma.
Correct.
So on the launch day, then we are able to get the prices, and usually developer will release the price like 10 o'clock and then they will throw us the whole price list. So if you are someone, if you have not done enough research or homework on the pricing and also the kind of unit sizes that you are getting, right, there will be a chance that you might be paying a high price for a 3-bedroom premium. But actually with a little bit top up, if let's say at the time of your booking, right, you are left with like the higher floors of the 3-bedroom premium, there is a very, very high chance that you top up a little bit, just a little bit more, you could potentially get the 4-bedroom compact 1184 square feet.
Correct.
So you need to be very attentive to all these pricing details, because if not, you may end up getting a wrong unit type.
Correct.
With the budget that you have. So that's for 3-bedroom premium versus 915 compact. Then also we compare with the 4-bedroom 1184.
So our recommendation will be the 3-bedder compact 915 square feet because to be honest, I think that the pricing is at very sweet spot. Even if you compare with the earlier launches, if the starting price is about 1.81,
yeah.
so it's even cheaper than them.
And the per floor jump cannot be too drastic as well. So
Correct.
you're still getting a good range of 1.8 to 1.9-ish thereabouts.
Yes. And also, of course, having said that, the layout itself is also a very ideal layout, and you compare it to existing projects that doesn't have a better layout and yet we are
Not on the losing end.
Correct.
Yeah, in fact, we have a competitive edge because a lot of windows, right?
Yeah, a lot of windows, the layout itself is very functional. And if you look at the other developments that's already been transacted, we are at a very good pricing.
Good starting price to go into.
Yes. Okay.
So top recommendation, 3-bedroom compact. As we mentioned just now, if you're looking at 3-bedroom premium, do a little bit more on the calculations because you may potentially upgrade yourself to a 4-bedroom.
Yes.
Okay, lastly, our 4-bedroom analysis. So again, 4-bedroom, just now we mentioned is actually 1184. For 1184 layout, there's actually 2 stacks, which is stack 13 and stack 8. So this is actually again facing towards the park, the linear park.
Park, correct.
Then the other one, stack 8, is more of your own pool facilities. So next, coming to the layout, again, I don't see difference, although it's a type 4A and a type 4B.
The master bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's this area. Yeah.
And also, it's not stacked this way. For the A, right, the 2, 3, 4 bedrooms are all stacked side by side. This one, then the master bedroom's on this side.
But the facing is the same.
Yeah, but it's not stacked.
That probably explains the positioning of the wardrobe space. So for this one, you have got a very long stretch of your wardrobe space with a lot of areas over here.
Correct.
But the other one is actually like an L-shaped and walk-in closet. So I think both of them are very good master bedroom size because just now you mentioned over here might stack this way.
Yep.
But you have the whole space of here, which is your bed area.
Correct.
And maybe your dresser area. But for this one, right, it's the other way, but it's also a whole space of here. here. Maybe you can have a little study table.
Yeah.
So that's for 4-bedroom 1184.
And honestly, I feel maybe B will have a better privacy for the master bedroom. Because if you open the door, you can't see the bed. Yeah.
So when you come in, you stand here, then you can see the bed. Then for this one, it's like really tucked away.
Correct. It's actually the same as the 3 premium. Like the wash closet has a window.
Over here.
Yard has
over
a window.
here.
Warm shelter.
So that's for 1184. Then we have another size for the 4-bedroom, which is 1399. Yeah.
And that is stack 3, which is also here, facing the empty land over here. Then the other one will be stack 16, facing the linear park. Okay, so major difference of the 1184 and 1399 is that this is a wide frontage. Having said that, wide frontage, actually there is a lot of different kinds of wide frontage. I think for 1184, of course, is the more compact one, standard portrait layout. But for wide frontage, we also want to compare exactly how much we get in terms of the wide frontage.
How wide is wide, right?
Yes. So later we will do comparisons between all the 4-bed premium, all our neighbours, and see what stands out, or what is our edge over them, or what is our losing end. But first we want to touch on the layout first. Okay, standard layout, then yard, store, wash closet. Really, they built all the windows, the wash closet, even the yard, and even the kitchen also have additional windows, which is good. Okay, then for here also about the same, but do you see any major difference?
No.
No major difference. It's just that bomb shelter, they like to build like this.
Yeah, the bomb shelter behind the main door entrance.
Yeah, the recent trend. Again, some buyers, they like it because they say that it is away from the unit. Then, you don't eat into the space of the
living area or the walkway or whatsoever.
Correct. And I think the main point here is that all the rooms, right, are potentially ensuite. This can be potentially a junior master. And this is like a Jack and Jill concept.
So actually all rooms comes with the
attached bathroom. Next, we will compare again surrounding supply for the 4-bedder. Lentor Central 1399 square feet. Hillock Green 1346 square feet. Lentor Hill Residence at 1399 square feet. This is the first to sell out. Okay, so why is the first to sell out?
Why is it the first? There must be a reason.
So I think, like earlier mentioned, it should be because of the landscape living room at 5.5 meters. And to be honest, in today's market, 5.5 meters is very rare to come by.
Because it's really very wide.
Yeah, correct.
6 will be the ideal, the super ideal. So if not 6, then I think the 5.5 is the next kind of the size that we can actually have already right
Exactly. Because we have done resales, right? When we go to resale with 4-bedders and wide frontage, when you go in, the view is magnificent. It's like this. So your eye angle is like this and not like, straight up. When you go in, the feel will be very, very much different.
So for 4-bedroom, because if I do have the budget for 4-bedroom, I would expect my house to be as grand as possible, as luxurious as possible. So always in our past video, we also did mention if there is a choice, then go for the wide frontage.
Yes.
But coming to here, we want to understand how wide is wide.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. So now we want to touch on the wideness of the units. Okay. So now we're looking at 5.5 meters versus 3.75. So that means the length and the breadth is about actually quite decent.
5.5 and 3.75.
Okay. Then now we look at this is Hillock. Hillock at 4.99,
which is much shorter actually.
Yeah, so about 5 meters. The depth is a little bit longer at 3.8. Now let's look at Lentor Central, which is
5.35. Not too bad.
Okay, 4.25 meters. Wow. Wow. So now if you compare like this, right? This is actually not only wide, it's also very
deep enough.
Correct. Because I've seen some layouts with this kind of depth, right? You will feel more spacious, I would say.
Because even if you were to put a 4 meters sofa, right? Or 3 meters sofa, 3 over meters,
correct,
you still have got walking space from coming into your foyer to the rest of the rooms. You can buy a little bit bulkier furniture, it still doesn't look so tight.
Yes. Yes.
So the depth is also important.
Okay, next thing is that this has also a walk-in closet, which is what a lot of buyers are looking for in terms of the luxury of the unit. Okay, so as compared to the others that may not have, so just wardrobe here. So I think the edge over for Lentor Central, will be the walk-in closet as well. And also, of course, like we mentioned, most of the bedrooms are ensuite.
So that's for Lentor Central, 1399 square feet.
So
coming to our conclusion,
our top recommendation for the 4-bedder will be the 1184 square feet as investment.
But of course, just as we mentioned, right, if you are someone looking at 1076 3-bedroom premium, if you can stretch a little bit more to upsize to 1184 for your own stay, it's also very ideal because the size is actually too close already.
Yes, exactly. So I think we also want to take some reference and calculate the ROI in terms of
investment point of view.
Correct. So we take Jadescape, for example. example, the 4 bedrooms, the area that we're looking at is 1259 square feet. Then the bigger ones
Versus
will
their 1647
square feet. One is with the portrait living, one is the landscape living. Okay, so if we look at the ROI for the 1259, right, we're looking to range at 139 to 149%.
So this 1259 for Jadescape will be equivalent to Lentor Central 1184.
Yes.
Then the 1647 square feet will be equivalent to Lentor Central 1399. So today, if I were to buy Jadescape 4-bedroom 1259 in terms of the so-called compact yeah, and in terms of the profit that they have made. So what is our ROI is return on investment
Yep.
That means to say today I purchase at this price. What is my down payment? What is my outlay?
Yes.
Yeah. So this amount of initial outlay and then versus my profit. What is the percentage? And that's how we derive the ROI.
Correct.
And so for the 4-bedroom compact, the ROI is at close to 150%.
Yep.
139 to 149%. But if today I want to look at the 4-bedroom premium, which is 1647,
Yes.
so my ROI is actually at 141, which is still very decent.
Yes.
But if let's say I were to compare to a compact, which is a smaller size, then of course my ROI is actually much lesser. So that's why our recommendation, if today you are looking at 4-bedroom for investment, because actually nowadays we also have for clients not just buying the 1 or 2 smaller units for investment. With the budget allows, right, we want to go for the bigger unit because that is where the demand starts to come in upon TOP. So if you do have the budget, we do recommend 4-bedroom 1184 as a point of investment, because from the Jadescape example, we can see that the ROI is at the highest, comparing 4-bedroom compact and 4-bedroom premium. So that is our conclusion for 4-bedroom.
Then we will have another recommendation also. But if you're a buyer that is thinking of staying at the same time, some investment, we are not saying that the 1399 is not good, but you are part staying and part investing, then I think 1399 is also a very good. Our recommendation will be go for the 1399 if your budget allows.
Because we also have concluded earlier that the wide frontage of this Lentor Central is really a decent size of the reef and also deep enough, a good depth, so that in terms of the overall, next time when you collect your key and you enter from your house and you stand here, we're pretty sure that the feeling will be actually very nice. So that's for own stay and a little bit of investment. Basically, you will stay in for a few years and then it does appreciate and you probably want to consider to cash out later on for the recommendation for 4-bedroom premium. Okay, so that's the end of our analysis for Lentor Central Residences. We have come to the end of it. So if you have any questions pertaining to Lentor Central, feel free to give Carissa or myself a call or to text us. And also, like I mentioned, right now, because we are in the stage of preview, we still have about 1 more weekend before the actual launch. So if you have not booked any appointment to visit the show flat, do feel free to contact us.
We hope that this little analysis of ours will be able to help you or assist in thinking, if you're thinking of the 3-bedder, maybe 4-bedder is actually a good option. Some of the points that you might miss out, I hope this little video will be able to help you in some ways.
The thinking process, because buying a house is a very big commitment. So as much as possible, we want to be able to help you in our analysis so that you can actually get the correct unit of your choice. Okay, so I think that's all for now. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Carissa.
I'm Elaine. We'll see you in our next analysis video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.